Okay, everyone, welcome to another time lapse. I thank you for watching this one yet again. Just before I continue with the recording, just wanted to let you know that customs are open. There's currently a custom that I'm working on that made me realize that, okay, maybe I can do this because usually I'm not keen on accepting them because of how like they interfere with other things that I'm doing. And instead of avoiding all the delays or putting up with all the delay, oh, this isn't ready, this is very busy, busy, busy. I just avoid them entirely. But now, when it comes to my work for the 3D space, I think I can push it till January for now. I think what I'm just burning through mainly requests and then also like plan releases, but I can postpone those planned releases till January or even February. Let's have the remainder of the 2025 calendar year, the remaining days in the 2025 calendar year be for custom. So if you would like a custom, just hit me up on Discord. Then also, that's just it about customs really. So customs are open. I'm really enjoying the one that I'm working on right now. I'm telling you, I did not expect to be enjoying it this much. So yes, that's just to say customs are open. So once again, if you'd like a custom, just reach out. Then what I'd want to talk about. So what we're watching is we're seeing the creation process of this dress I made with the jade body. It's like a festive theme, the whole red, white, and all of that. Played around those colors and patterns and all of it. And I like the way it came out. I really like the way it came out. It came out far better than I expected, especially when you preview the whole thing with all the effects, the textures, normals, everything. You see it in IMVU Studio for what it is. And the way those lights are set up, right? I like the way they give you a balanced view of your creation without, angular lighting or something like that. I like how central the lighting is in studios. So that's what we're doing today. We're just creating this dress. This dress is, like I said, is made for the jade body. How long did it take me? It took me about maybe an hour or so. I know I finished it within a day, okay? Maybe like an hour for the marvelous designer part, then rigging, texturing maybe about an hour too, maybe. But rigging, obviously just rig everything and then upload. But what I wanted to talk about really was just like a pointer for topology. Let's talk about topology, specifically Re-Topology. So a lot of people have asked whether or not after you do your marvelous designer, right, you're meant to do a Re-Topology. That is, a lot of people have this working assumption that whatever topology marvelous designer gives you is flawed, that you need to do your own Re-Topology afterward. Now, that was true up until earlier this year. Like, you remember when it was we just had triangle and grid. So grid had some issues, but not like glaring issues like triangle. Don't ever use triangle, all right? Grid had some issues, especially around the seams, right? Those seams usually had issues. And then I think symmetry issues for some people. Like some people like their items being perfectly symmetrical. Me, I don't like that. Unless maybe I'm making something that is like a pre-scheduled kind of derive, like all these texture map kind of derives where like it's really dependent on how the textures are shaped. So if you're not looking for something that's perfectly symmetrical, right? Because you can't get that in Marvelous Designer no matter how hard you try. If you're not looking for something that's perfectly symmetrical, that quad optimized option in Marvelous Designer, it's good to go for the most part. Now, when it comes to like smaller areas, like let's say you have ropes for shorts, joggers, or like in our case, ribbons, you'd have to switch to the grid topology because It's only that great topology that can really support very small details without really increasing your particle distance too much. But that you need to retopologize now. Now you don't really need to retopologize. You don't need to retopologize your things anymore. You can. It's always best if you can, if you have the skill for retopology. But if you do not have that skill and okay, you want to use your like marvelous designer creations to develop that skill, I mean everything really it's up to you. But here's one thing I will say: the better your the better your layers or your clothing or your accessories match the underlying body's topology, especially for like skin tight items like pants, undies, some kinds of tops. The better your topology matches the underlying body's topology, the less clipping you will have. So take for example, the leg part has like a V around the groin, but your pants are just rectangular with like the letter E shape or like the block letter C shape, right? That is, it's just rectangle, rectangle, rectangle. There's no V. Yeah, so around the V area, right, where you have movement of the leg, the upper leg to where it's going to sit down, you're going to have some issues, okay? So that's where the whole is retopology debate comes up and whether it's worth it. It's worth it. It's very rewarding. It's a very rewarding process. But if it's not something that you have the time to do, please, because here's the thing. After retopology, you now have to do another fresh set of UV maps. All right. So after you do those UV maps, obviously you wouldn't have baked the items you hadn't retopologized. But supposing you had baked them already, you would have to rebake them. Or if you've done your artifacts with the previous version, you now have to do this thing, right, where you need to like transfer the normals from the old mesh and all of that data transfer. You might lose crucial information in the process. So yeah, and then also we have the manual retopology, but we also have add-ons that can help you do the retopology. I see them on social media all the time, all these like shorts and the Instagram reels. I always see them like, okay, there's this add-on, they just draw one line, the topology has come out. You can look at those, but overall, retopology isn't something that you should be worried about. Okay, except you're not using Marvelous Designer. So take, for example, you made something with Blender, and then there are so many Boolean artifacts. Please retopologize. Please, that is in fact instruction. Go and retopologize. Okay? Don't leave all those messy artifacts, all those 4 million vertices around a circle because you needed to drill a hole. So no. Retopologize those ones. But if it's Marvelous Designer, just put it on that Chord Optimize. I think you're good to go. But like I said, the only issue with Chord Optimize is I don't think it really handles those smaller areas very well. Yeah, especially around the seams. Sometimes around the seams, they can be funny, but those smaller areas especially can be very, very funny. Yes. So that's just the discussion I wanted to have today. But let me know if you do retopology for everything you do. But also, bottom line, don't panic that you're not doing it really. Like a lot of people make it like, oh, you need to retopologize. Your weights won't look good. Your weights are looking good already. Don't let them gaslight you into thinking your weights aren't looking good. No, your weights are looking perfect already. So retopologizing is depending on where you're coming from. A superficial process, really. Yeah. And ultimately, really, even with mismatch between your body's topology and the item's topology, weight painting can still get you where you want to go to for the most part. It's just that some areas really benefit from, topology that aligns. But you're not doomed if you don't have topology that aligns, okay? Yeah, so just Let me know what your own retopology process is like. Do you use add-ons that help you with the retopology process? Like I've told you, it's a very rewarding process if you can do it. But doing it like every creation, especially if you create frequently, I doubt I'd recommend doing that unless, like I said, you made it with Blender and then there are too many loose artifacts that just needs to be covered up neatly. Yep, let me also know what you think of what we made in this recording. Glad to have you around. And then remember also, if you need a custom, just reach out on Discord specifically, like Instagram kind of buries messages at times. So reach out specifically on Discord. We'll discuss the custom, how long it will take and all of that. So I'm currently working on one. I'm really enjoying the process of the one that I'm working on. So once I'm done, I'll attend to every other custom request up until January, but it'll probably bleed into January depending like if I'm really going with the flow of the customs thing. Requests also, I also have them lined up. So this dress you're actually seeing was partly a request, partly. So I also have some other requests that are going on. Requests basically are just, suggestions, not necessarily like specific custom. So you can always leave requests in any of the inboxes, but paramount now that I want to focus on is customs, like all dedicate time for customs. So yeah, thank you for listening to this recording. Hope you enjoyed the output, and then I'll see you in the next one.